Now the left side, as you see here, is the side which is the emotional side within us, is also the power of desire, is the emotional side which gives us our subconscious, and beyond that is our collective subconscious. On the right hand side, we have another power of action, that our desire we try to put in the action, and this power of action gives us our future and sustains our physical and mental activities. As a result of that, we develop an institution in our head called ego. Everyone has it. There's nothing to be frightened of. When we do something, we feel we have done it. And that is a myth, but still, we carry on with the myth because we have not yet seen the reality. The another one is the left side power within us, by which we receive the aggression of others, by which we have our past, gives us an institution as a byproduct of our activity, emotional activity, an institution like a balloon you will see there called as superego. These two things meet in the head just like this. As you grow and a calcification takes place on top of your head near the fontanelle bone area, and this soft area which is pulsating in childhood becomes completely covered. Thus you developed your I-ness. You become Mr. X, Y, Z and all that. You develop your own freedom. This is the freedom that you have achieved to be Mr. X, Mr. Y, Mr. Z. After achieving this, you start using the second center, which is the center of your creativity, the center of your action. Animals do not have any ego. Of course, if they live with human beings, they may develop. But otherwise, they have no ego at all. And if you do something wrong, you feel hurt, you feel guilty. Animals never feel guilty. Because it is in their nature to kill another animal, it is in their nature to eat, so they never feel guilty. It's only human beings who say, oh, I should not have said this, I should have not done this. This is only human quality that we feel guilty. It is only human quality that we aggress others. So the second center comes into play, by which you think. And you think about the future, you plan. Your physical, I think it's too much now. Can you stop it? Can't just bear it. Better stop the light, it's too much. I've been having this all through, it's too much. And you think, for that thinking you require energy. And this energy you get from the cells of fats that are in the stomach, which are converted for the use of brain. And when this conversion takes place, this poor center has to work very hard. When you think, this center goes into action. It has to work very, very hard for one work only, and that is to look after the supply of fat cells. So this center, that is what we call the Swadhisthana center, is a center that gives you your future, energy to think of your future, your planning, which gives you energy to bring forth the manifestation of the physical labor or physical exercise or physical work. This poor center has to work for one work, to convert the fat for the use of the brain. Now, if one center which has to do many other things starts doing only one work, all other things are neglected. As a result of that, you develop problems because it has to cater to your liver, to your pancreas, to your kidneys, to your spleen. And once it goes into action for one channelized work, it gets programmed for it. And then it cannot take care of these things. That's how you develop a bad liver. You develop a diabetes, kidney trouble, blood pressures. Also, you develop a very serious disease called blood cancer. Now, Sahaja Yoga can cure all these troubles. It's only physical. But it can cure even physical troubles, because if this center is brought to its normal behavior, if it is made to behave in a very normal way, you can easily cure all such diseases which come out of your overactivity, overthinking, over imaginativeness. It's a very dangerous thing to always think about the future. For example, now we are here sitting down, we should be comfortably sitting down and talking to each other. Instead of that, we are thinking, what am I going to go do tomorrow, or what am I going to do when I go home, how am I going to cook, what am I going to eat, or how I am going to take my train. All these futuristic behaviors lead you to a very funny personality. You become so futuristic that you forget the past. The only thing that can work it out is the awakening of the Kundalini. When the Kundalini awakens itself, she makes the center enlighten, and the center itself resumes its normal shape, its normal behavior, and its normal condition. Apart from that, it has got a dynamic power or manifestation that this center which looks after our attention becomes enlightened, and our attention becomes enlightened, and the attention which is enlightened becomes dynamic. In the sense, now sitting down here, you can pay attention to anyone. Just pay attention. You don't have to do anything. Just pay attention to that person, and you can find out on your fingertips what's the matter with the person. These hands, which look so simple, but they are so intricate and so intricately built that the nerve endings are so microscopic that we cannot understand how much they can tell us, how far they can go. When the awakening takes place, you start feeling the vibrations around you, the all-pervading power which you have never felt before, through these fingertips which we neglect, we misuse them, we use them for wrong things. These fingertips themselves get enlightened, and you start feeling them. That's what I said, that you have to get your awareness which is enlightened. It's the awareness which has to manifest. And that's how you start feeling them on your fingers. It's wrong here, it's wrong there. You can see where is the problem. Now, all these are related to your centers. These are 5, 6, and 7. 7 on the left and 7 on the right. So this is about your emotional side, and this is about your right, about your physical and your rational, or you can say mental side. So you can make out a person how he is by just knowing whether you are getting heat from that person, whether you are getting burning from that person, whether they are getting numb, whether they are becoming heavy. And a rapport is established with the all-pervading power which informs you, get the messages.